Grading and evaluation is part of the video series by virtual campus teachers on effective blended learning practices. How are assignments built into virtual campus courses?
There are assessments built into most lessons for asynchronous learners. Assessments can be a check for readiness, where students may require a refresher on prior knowledge at the beginning of the lesson. At the end of each lesson, there is a check for understanding. These can look different based on the lesson. It could be a one-question quiz or a poll in a learning management system or an activity through one of the online platforms that we use. Assignments can be given throughout the lessons as cumulative activities tying many concepts together. These can be documents that are linked, which students can print or use an online annotation platform to show their work that they will submit, or it can be an assignment that is done through one of the online platforms like Desmos, which allows for students to show their process in solving and submitting final answers in math.
How are students assessed in asynchronous or self-paced classes?
Assessments for asynchronous class are individually based. What I mean is that each student works at their own pace. Planning and evaluation is therefore individualized and coordinated with the school facilitator. When the teacher decides that a student is ready for a formal evaluation, they send the evaluation to the facilitator who plans for supervision in a quiet space at a specific time. Once the evaluation is complete, it is scanned and emailed to the teacher. Asynchronous classes allows for agile marking practices as well. Does everything need to be complete in self-paced courses? Students with busy schedules or having time management issues benefit from arriving ready to demonstrate their acquired knowledge during live instructional time. This on the spot or on demand work can very well serve as an evaluation for the concept covered in the lesson. Having this flexibility allows for differentiation and the gathering of evidence of learning.
How do students submit their work?
Students can submit work in a variety of ways. Some work they will scan and upload to their class folder, email, or submit through the learning management system. It depends on how the assignment or activity was set up. If it is something that is more high stakes, like a test, this will be scanned and emailed by the supervising personnel from their respective school.
One of the first things online students are taught at the beginning of the year is how to use online tools that would help them in not having to deal with printed paper and or how to scan a printed document that they need to submit to the teacher. This task is very important and should be done within the first few days of class and may need to be revisited a few weeks later for students who missed a lesson or have greater difficulty with using technology.
Students can refer to their gradebook in the learning management system to see their mark for each assignment and if they are missing work. Asynchronous students have a weekly checklist they use to ensure their progress and they are completing the tasks for each lesson. Many of the platforms we use have built-in systems to allow students to see what they have completed and what they still need to work on to complete. Also, allowing students to have some flexibility helps them move through the course, as tackling it without peers can be overwhelming for them. Here is an example of Delta Math that helps the students keep track of their progress as well as the teacher. So we can see that students have completed 100% of the task, or that students still have more of the task to complete, or even that they have completed the task, but it might have taken them a couple of tries to get all of the questions that they needed in order to complete that task. Here is the student view from Desmos. And this student can see that they've opened up only one activity and have others assigned to them that they can start. They can go into any activities that are still open and go through any of the slides that they may not have completed or go through the slides for review. This list will also show assigned work that is upcoming, as Desmos allows the teacher to pause the activities restricting student access.
Online teachers have been using the flip method. This means they give the students a recording to watch as homework, which is followed up by a Google form as a check for understanding. This allows students to gain knowledge of the next topic that will be presented in the next class or classes. A few questions following a recorded lesson, such as a lecture, can help both students and teacher orient themselves in what needs to be followed up or reinforced during the next class. Class time now gets devoted to applying the new knowledge, helping students individually, having small group practice sessions where peer support and collaboration is being developed. This method also opens up the walls of the classroom as learning can happen at different times, places, and paces.